This is Huck Jr., the host of In the Hut, and you're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Network. All barbecue and grilling, all the time.
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and... Oh, should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show, the show where we talk about all things that are important in the world of barbecue. From big-name interviews with competitors on the barbecue circuit, grill manufacturers and pit makers, to advice on cooking brisket and ribs. You'll find it all right here on the Barbecue Central Show. Your host, Greg Rempe, is a backyard barbecue and grilling fanatic and loves to talk about his passion, which many of us share together. You can learn more about barbecue and grilling by visiting the website, thebbqcentral.com. Now, let's get in the smoke. Here's your program host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show. This is the show that talks about all things important to the world of barbecue and grilling. We originate from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city, the barbecue capital of the North Coast, Cleveland, Ohio. Centralites, how's your life? I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here. Jam-packed show as always. Let me give you some contact information right up front in case you want to get in touch with the show. You can do it one of two ways. First, you can call in toll-free 877-448-0433, 877-448-0433. I'll pay for that. Or you can email the show if you want to, bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Those are the ways to get in touch with the show. Here's what's happening tonight, coming up in about 13 minutes. I'm going to be interviewing Tim Carlson. He's the sales manager over at Hearthland Products. They are the company that makes Memphis grills. Now, this grill won acclaim and award down at the 2010 HPB Expo in Orlando this past month. So I wanted to have Tim on to talk about their particular unit. Pellet grills seem to be making quite a stir here recently over the last number of years. So why not get him on and have him talk about his particular unit, see how that might compare with some of the other ones that are out there for public consumption. 34 past the hour. Look, everybody knows, if you're a frequent listener to the show, that I love horse racing. And the favorite time of the year is coming up here with the Triple Crown getting ready to kick off this weekend. First jewel of that is the Kentucky Derby. And joining me at about 34 past the hour, handicapping expert and friend of the show, Harry DeHorse, will be joining us to break down the field and talk some other pony talk, if you will. So look for him about 34 past the hour. Fourth segment, Free for All, the game show that is quickly sweeping the nation. Giveaways to include frog mats, wood smoke products from Green Leaf Barbecue and Cosmos Q Injection Pack. Also a T-shirt from Whiskey Bent Barbecue. If you want, we can get you a T-shirt from Do-Rag Barbecue, which is an Early Times T-shirt. It's brown. It's very cool. I like it. So let me know what you want. But remember, you have to be listening live, and then you have to play the trivia game, which is two rather easy questions followed by a third kind of difficult, not so hard question in order to get into the prize treasure chest, if you will. 877-448-0433. bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. All right, let's take care of some house cleaning. Again, with the four-segment free-for-all, I'm going to ask you two fairly easy questions, one kind of hard one, and assuming you get all three correct, you get to choose the prize. You get it wrong, you're gone. Should be fun. And, of course, Harry Carey will be rejoining the show in the fourth segment to host that. So look forward to that at the end of the show. Wanted to make a special mention to the guys over at pelletheads.com. Having a pellet cooker guy on the show tonight. So figured why not give a shout-out to the foremost pellet cooker forum out there on the interwebs today. What's up to Larry, Bentley, Scooter, Hot Dog, Widespread, and all the guys over there. Again, Pellet Heads, it's plural, H-E-A-D-S, pelletheads.com. Again, a great forum for all things that are related to the pellet cooker. You want to go check that out if you've been thinking about pellet cookers, if you own one and you want to talk to some people that are within your same level of expertise, or you want to talk to some experts. I know the experts of the industry always are visiting pelletheads.com, so be sure to check that site out. Also wanted to mention a upcoming performance or performances from the unofficial band of the Barbecue Central show, and I interviewed them a few months ago. 3 Years Hollow, which can be found at 3, like the number, 3yearshollow.com. May 28th at the Capitol Theater, they're going to be playing with National Act Puddle of Mud in Davenport, Iowa. So if you're out there and you like the alternative rock scene, I think it would be where I thought about driving out there myself, but it's just too far. Definitely a band you want to go see. June 19th, 3 Years Hollow will be playing with at the District of Rock Island with the Sick Puppies and Chevelle, one of my favorite bands. Love Chevelle, in the Rock Island, Illinois. That's June 19th. And you can keep up with 3 Years Hollow by visiting their website. Again, it's 3yearshollow.com. If you missed the interview, if you want to hear kind of a sampling of their music, just listen to the music that I'm playing as we come back from commercial break. All of the bumper music that I play on this show has been allotted to me by the band. It's my kind of music. I like it. It's kind of rocky in your face, kick you in the teeth, make you feel good. And but what else can I say? Check them out. 3 Years Hollow, May 28th and June 19th, playing with National Acts. Both shows start at 7 p.m., so if you're around that area, and again, if you like that type of music, check them out, 3yearshollow.com. Hey, trying to outfit the dresser with barbecue T-shirts. And I know a lot of the teams out there and other various businesses that have shirts to give away. If you want me to sport a T-shirt of yours in particular, like right now, I am wearing the Whiskey Bent Barbecue T-shirt, which can be found at whiskeybentbbq.com. What's that? Oh, sorry, talking with media people in here. If you want me to wear your T-shirt during the show, and we can take a picture of it kind of in action, well, by action I mean it's sitting on my back, and we will upload those to Twitter and to Facebook to give you a little extra exposure. All I ask is that you send me one. If you want to get in touch with me to do that, it's very simple. bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Let me know you want to send me a T-shirt, and I'll give you the shipping info to the radio studios, the palatial estates of the Barbecue Central studios. Just got one in, by the way, yesterday from Alan Hedrick of Team Holla and Swallow. Sweet orange shirt. If you know me, I'm a big fan of the orange shirt. So I'll be wearing that next broadcast. Figure if I can get a whole drawer full of barbecue shirts, I can just toss out the ones I already have, and I can wear barbecue T-shirts from here on out. So help me out. Outfit me, won't you? Got T-shirts? You want to get them on a hotly listened to show, then go ahead and hit me up, bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Did I say shout out? I said shout out. Sorry about that.
Get that big stuff out of here.
It's my mom's fault, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. If you missed the show last week, you understand what I'm saying. Quick review of the top sanctioning bodies in competition barbecue. KCBS will start there first. QOW still atop the leaderboard. After Dark guest tonight, Parrot Head Smokers, John Nilgis, will be joining me. He's in second place. Pellet Envy still holds third. Smoke and Triggers in fourth place, and Four Legs Up Barbecue in fifth place. As we look to the FBA, Barbecue still atop. Forest's Fine Food still holding on second. Big Papa's Country Kitchen in third. Swamp Boys is in fourth place. Gitter Smoked is fifth, and 1 point behind Gitter Smoked, the boys at Whiskey Bent Barbecue. Again, the shirt, the team shirt that I am wearing right here in the studios, it is being uploaded to Facebook in process as we speak right now. Again, After Dark, John Nilgis of Parrot Head Smokers, 877-448-0433 to get in on the fun. bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Hey, I've told you about this Ribbolator deal. Now you can get this extender ring, but I want to term my own phrase. The extender ring. How about every ring? It's an every ring. Well, why is it an every ring? Well, I can tell you, because it goes on the 22.5-inch Weber Smoky Mountain cooker. It goes on the 22.5-inch kettle. It goes on the Ugly Drum smokers as well. You can buy the ring by itself for $119, or if you don't have anything, you don't have the spit rod, the motor, or anything, you can get a complete outfit. The whole setup of everything for $150. You can't beat it. Also, the 30-day no-strings-attached trial is still going. All you have to do is go to ribbolator.com, RIBBOLATOR.com, R-I-B-B-O-L-A-T-O-R, Ribolator.com, or you can email Bob, the owner, info@Ribolator.com to get hooked up. I'm going to get out and we're going to look for Tim Carlson of Memphis Grills. Stick around.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show.
Barbecue fans travel from all over the country and the world to learn the secrets of real pit barbecue from Grand Champion Pitmaster Conrad Haskins. Now take your skills to the next level with a Barbecue Institute Pitmaster class. You'll learn how to make sauces, rubs, and smoke mouth-watering barbecue every time you cook. Your new skills will impress friends and family. Internet forums, blogs, and Facebook are full of success stories from our graduates. Upcoming classes locations include Rock City Rib Fest, Rochester, New York, Lexington, Massachusetts, Lang Factory Test Kitchen in Georgia, Fort Worth, Texas, Fredericksburg, Texas, Houston, Texas, Monroe, Washington, and Kennewick, Washington. For more information, class dates, and contests we'll be competing in, visit www.bbqclass.com. That's bbqclass.com.
Centralites, you having marriage troubles? Your kid's unruly and don't listen? Then you need the Ribolator, because great barbecue will always bring the family together, and the Ribolator always cooks great award-winning barbecue. You can try it free for 30 days, and if your family life doesn't improve, just send it back. Ribolator even pays return shipping. But you need to take that first step. Visit Ribolator.com to get started or call 206-999-0962. Don't you deserve a happy barbecue family?
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Hey, gang. Want to talk to you real quick about something that's very important when you're buying stuff online. You need to deal with a company that is reputable and knows what they're doing, and that's why I always recommend Fred Bernardo of Fred's Music and BBQ.com. We all know that Fred's Music is the barbecue and grilling superstore, from any kind of cooker you want to gas and charcoal grills and all the accoutrements in between to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. But more important than all of that, Fred has been there and Fred will be there in the future. How many times have you heard the story about the guy that found that great cooker for a ridiculously low price, except it was back ordered for 10 months, or worse yet, he paid up front and never got the product? That's because some of these online retailers are here one day and gone the next. Fred has the inventory to meet your needs. It's competitively priced and shipped promptly. Shop where I shop. Fred's Music and BBQ.com. Headache-free guaranteed. Fred's Music and BBQ.com. Or, if you're in Shillington, Pennsylvania, stop by and see the smoking guitar player himself.
Introducing Cosmos Q. Cosmos injections and marinades use only the finest ingredients, and they mix easily, never clotting or caking. From our beef injection to our pork injection, you're guaranteed to wow your friends, family, and judges. And don't forget to check out our newest marinade, Cosmos Chicken Soak, for that moist and tender chicken you're gonna love. You can find all of Cosmos award-winning products at CosmosQ.com. Cosmos Q, the new generation. Taste the difference.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, we are back. This portion of the Barbecue Central Show brought to you by Yoder's Smoky Mountain Barbecue. You know who they are by now, the leading online distributor of Meadow Creek barbecue equipment. These barbecue smokers, pig roasters, chicken cookers, and grills are handcrafted in the Amish country of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and their goal is to give you outstanding value for the price. and help you enjoy easy and profitable barbecues for years to come, also carrying a complete line of wonderful barbecue rubs and sauces. You can check them out on the interwebs. Serious BBQs, that's BBQS, SeriousBBQs.com, and that's the good folks over at Yoder's Smoky Mountain Barbecue. All right, joining me now, the sales manager for Hearthland Products, which is the company that actually makes Memphis grills. Let's go over to the hotline right now. It's Tim Carlson joining us here on the show. Tim, thanks for taking time out tonight to talk to me. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Did I catch you off guard there, Tim?
A little bit of a poor connection.
Oh, well, I apologize. So let's see if we can suffer through that here over the next couple minutes as we talk about the Memphis Grill. Company's name is Hearthland Products, which can be found at hearthlandproducts.com. And before we dive into the Memphis Grill lineup, how about a little background about yourself? Are you somebody that is always kind of, well, liked the barbecue in general, and have you been involved in the barbecue or pellet industry during your professional career?
Pretty much been in the pellet industry from day one as far as residential pellet heaters go, starting back in 1983, and then getting involved with the pellet grill side back in the late 90s.
So it seems that the northwest section of the country, for whatever reason, houses some of the biggest names in the pellet grill industry. Any reason that you can come up with on, why you and a handful of the other bigger players are located up there in that portion of the country?
Well, really, pretty natural reason from the standpoint that in the early days, the only real sources of pellets, at least quality pellets as far as residential units goes, were located in the Northwest. So just kind of a natural offshoot of that.
Sure, got to be there where the fuel is, I suppose, right?
Exactly.
All right. So, when or how long have you been with Hearthland Products, the company that makes Memphis grills?
I got involved with them back in, I guess it would have been about the summer of 2008, if my memory serves me right.
And you were coming not from another pellet grill manufacturer, but from like a pellet stove manufacturer at that point then?
Well, I've been for quite a number of years, actually, since the early 90s, spending most of my time designing pellet products, both pellet stoves and pellet grills. And so my involvement came with them almost by accident, in that I had a nephew that called on them and got the two of us together.
Great, and we're talking with Tim Carlson. He's the sales manager for Memphis Grills, a.k.a. Hearthland Products. Now, from a sales aspect, Tim, I imagine that you've probably broken down every pellet grill and cooker that there is out there in the industry right now in order to be able to sell against the competition. So what sets the Memphis units apart from some of the rest of the cookers that are out there on the market today?
Well, when I first designed the unit, it really had as much to do with my desire to have a unit that would be a true all-season outdoor unit. Historically, your grills, at least in the more northerly parts of the country, have been used when the weather is nice, which means that quite a few months of the year they're sitting in the shed or covered up, not being used. So I wanted to come up with a appliance that could be used year-round, and then with the increase of, the outdoor kitchens, people putting in nicer patios, etc., is coming up with a higher quality unit that really lends itself to pretty much any type of outdoor cooking you might wish to participate in.
All right, so in addition, what are some of the features and benefits of a Memphis grill?
Well, what the base of the technology basically is that first of all, it is a true convection oven, where it'll do anything that your oven indoors will do. It'll roast, bake pizzas. It's a high-temperature grill where you can sear steaks, temperatures as high as 650 degrees. And then also a unit that allows you to do the low-slow smoking. So really a appliance designed to be an all-in-one unit that would allow you to cook just about anything that you would want outdoors, and not only that, but to do it year-round, no matter what the temperature was.
So, Tim, do we get into a little bit of a nitpick situation here when you mention that it can do a lot of things that your oven can do, and then the next sentence is being able to fire up to 650 degrees and sear steaks? If there's not, and I guess I'm making the assumption that there's not some type of direct fire zone on your grill like there would be on a Fast Eddie type cooker. If there isn't that direct relationship between meat and fire openly, is it not technically grilling at that point then?
Yeah, you are grilling. I mean, there's a difference in how you do it, in that if you have a true convection unit, you're moving air throughout just like you would with your convection cooker, or oven in your house. But at very, very high heats, obviously, you have radiant heat, where your cooking surfaces, your grates get very hot, so that it'll sear the steaks. Any juices that come off of the meat are vaporized and put back into the meat, or at least partially, so that it just gives you the ability of kind of covering all of the bases.
All right, so some of the name brands that probably are competing with you that come to mind, I had Bruce Bjorkman on a handful of weeks ago. He's from Mack Grill. Obviously, Traeger's been one of the leading manufacturers out there for quite some time, especially since their patent has run out. It seems like a number of other manufacturers have come into the game. Green Mountain Cookers obviously comes to mind. So when you look at some of those bigger companies in relation to yours, what is setting the Memphis Grill apart from the companies that I had mentioned?
Well, I think two things in particular. Number one, we're able to reach considerably higher temperatures than most of the other units out there. Typically, other units you're in the 300 to maybe 500 degree top end, where we're at the 650. Also, where we have a full convection cooking, versus a partial. And one of the reasons that we can make that claim is that our units are double walled, sealed. Our Memphis Pro, as an example, is manufactured just like an oven, where you have the same type of a gasket on that you would on your oven, so that it will retain the heat inside much more so than what the competition would.
And obviously, that we're dealing with another electric unit here like the other one. So, I mean, are there any precautions that one needs to take when you're not using it, or when you're using it? For example, here in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, it's winter 9-10 months out of the year, and then the other 2 months it's raining. So it's not substantially wonderful grilling weather and smoking weather all the time here. If you are dealing with elements, are you not able to use that? Should you be in a covered area? What's the recommended use of that?
Well, you really should be in a covered area. I mean, in our case of our unit, it is weatherized, and so that you're not going to get rain entering the unit. I suppose if you have enough of a downpour, you maybe would, but as long as you're under cover, really isn't going to matter whether it's 10 degrees outside or 100 degrees outside. You're going to be able to maintain the temperatures that you set and cook year-round. I live in Seattle, where we obviously get a little rain once in a while,
right.
And I have my unit on my deck as an example with a pergola over the top of it. So as long as I don't have direct rain, I cook year-round.
This is Tim Carlson, sales manager for Hearthland Products, the company that makes Memphis grills. Tim, one of the things that I had heard about the cooker is the fact that you have the drip pan that sits, the drip pan and the fire pot seem to be relatively close. So let's say you did some type of barbecue situation where you're doing pork butts, for instance. You have a lot of fat rendering out during the course of the cook, and then if you wanted to go ahead and fire up Willie and sear off a couple steaks in between, that there is a propensity, because the tolerance is so close, you might get a fire situation in the Memphis grill. Is there any truth to that? Is that some people just having a bad experience and talking loud? Or is there some type of maintenance that needs to be done in order to keep that from happening?
I would argue that we have no more of a chance of having a problem with that than any one of the cookers. I mean, the flame is a good distance away from any grease. If you get enough grease in any unit, you have the chance of having a problem. We've been manufacturing these grills for a considerable amount of time now, and that really has historically not been a problem.
All right. Was there any thought initially that you would want to put like a grease catcher outside the unit itself versus keeping it within the chamber?
Not really. I mean, the technology that we're using, I put on another unit that I brought out back in about 2002, actually 2001, I guess to be accurate, and have had virtually no problems with it. The advantage of it is that it's extremely easy to clean. I guess I am always a little bit interested when people talk about not cleaning their units. I mean, grease is something gets rancid if it sits around. It's going to attract bugs and whatever vermin is might be around, so that I think it makes sense to keep your unit clean no matter what.
Well, I think you know as well as I do, Tim, that barbecuers want to get out there, turn it on, turn it off, and maintenance poor to maintenance free models are like the next best thing. You could make that, and it would be like gold out there for everybody. So, how many models do you guys offer right now?
We at this stage have 3 models. We have the Memphis Select, which is our entry-level unit, and then the Memphis Advantage and the Memphis Pro.
What kind of a price point or a price differential do you go from the entry unit all the way up to the top?
You're looking at MSRP on the Select of $979. When you move up to the Advantage, you're at $1499, and the Pro at $1999, $2499 for all stainless. The Pro and the Advantage are very, very complete units where we have our best controls, side shelves, extra cooking grids inside, so very, very complete units.
And how are these being sold right now? Do you have to go to the website, hearthlandproducts.com, in order to order, or you guys have some type of distribution channel set up where people can go within their respective areas or regions of the country in order to take a look at one?
We go primarily through dealers, where we have a very active and large sales rep organization that's been setting up dealers around the country. And so typically you would go to a dealer, and you can find out who the dealer is by coming to our website.
Lastly, and certainly one of the most important things, do you recommend any particular wood pellet to use in your cooker?
Well, obviously we would recommend our own, which is called Nature's Way. But there are a number of good pellets out there, and we do not take the approach where we negate warranty or make any negative comments or connotations in any other fuel. I think the advantage that you have with a Nature's Way fuel is that it's a fuel that is specifically sized and extra screened, so it's very clean. It's a more uniform size than many of the other brands, and 100% high quality white wood that's prime wood for cooking pellets.
Tim Carlson is the sales manager for Hearthland Products. Again, you can visit them on the web at hearthlandproducts.com. Tim, I appreciate the insight on the Memphis Grills product line. Continued success. Thanks for coming on tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, there he is. It's Tim Carlson, sales manager. Sale ABC on those Memphis Grills, son. ABC, always be A, always B, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Memphis Grills is the name of the unit itself. If you want to look them up on the web, you got to go to Hearthland, L-A-N-D, hearthlandproducts.com. Pellet cookers aplenty, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think of that? Versus the Mac, versus the Traeger, versus the Green Mountain, versus the Fast Eddie. Make your decisions. All right, I'm going to step away. We're going to raise up Harry the Horse, talk about some thoroughbred racing. First jewel of the Triple Crown coming up with the Kentucky Derby Saturday. So stick by for that.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big-name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of the pellet head, you say? Fred's is the Pellet Grill Superstore, with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. You can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA.
Central Lights. You having marriage troubles? Your kid's unruly and don't listen? Then you need the Ribbolator, because great barbecue will always bring the family together. And the Ribbolator always cooks great award-winning barbecue. You can try it free for 30 days, and if your family life doesn't improve, just send it back. Ribbolator even pays return shipping. But you need to take that first step. Visit Ribbolator.com to get started or call 206-999-0962. Don't you deserve a happy barbecue family?
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Introducing Cosmos Q. Cosmos injections and marinades use only the finest ingredients, and they mix easily, never clotting or caking. From our beef injection to our pork injection, you're guaranteed to wow your friends, family, and judges. And don't forget to check out our newest marinade, Cosmos Chicken Soak, for that moist and tender chicken you're gonna love. You can find all of Cosmos award-winning products at CosmosQ.com. Cosmos Q, the new generation. Taste the difference.
Barbecue fans travel from all over the country and the world to learn the secrets of real pit barbecue from Grand Champion Pitmaster Conrad Haskins. Now take your skills to the next level with a Barbecue Institute Pitmaster class. You'll learn how to make sauces, rubs, and smoke mouth-watering barbecue every time you cook. Your new skills will impress friends and family. Internet forums, blogs, and Facebook are full of success stories from our graduates. Upcoming classes locations include Rock City Rib Fest, Rochester, New York, Lexington, Massachusetts, Lang Factory Test Kitchen in Georgia, Fort Worth, Texas, Fredericksburg, Texas, Houston, Texas, Monroe, Washington, and Kennewick, Washington. For more information, class dates, and contests we'll be competing in, visit www.bbqclass.com. That's bbqclass.com.
Get in the smoke. Call 877-448-0433 to get on the air. Now, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
All right, welcome back. Thanks again to Tim Carlson for joining me about the Memphis grills. Always appreciate that. This portion of the show brought to you by the good folks at the Barbecue Guru, makers of automatic pit temperature control devices, not to mention a host of other products that make your barbecue and grilling life easier. You can find them on the web at thebbqguru.com. You can also dial them up toll-free, 800-288-GURU. It's the good folks over at the Barbecue Guru. All right, as promised, joining me now to talk a little thoroughbred horse racing as we go to the hotlines to see where my man Harry is. Harry the horse joining us here on the Barbecue Central Show. Harry, how are you tonight?
Yeah, just bring the car on when I tell you, Tommy. Hey, Greg, how are you tonight?
Harry, I got to tell you, it's one of my favorite times of the year, and always glad to run you down before we start the big run for the Triple Crown. Where are we finding you tonight, Harry? You at OTB? You trackside somewhere?
Yeah, no, Greg. This is the big run up to the Kentucky Derby. Me and the boys here are at Ray Perella's in Louisville tonight, and we're having a little pasta, looking at the program. And tomorrow we're going to go over to the track and see how it's running. Everything's pretty good here.
All right, so it sounds like you got a little party going on behind you, so obviously wish I was where you were instead of behind the microphone here in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city. So, Harry, as we kind of take a quick look back at 2009, two best horses were fillies. Rachel Alexandra, of course, made her mark winning the Preakness and beating the boys, also garnering Horse of the Year honors. Of course, on the West Coast, you had Zenyatta keeping her unbeaten streak alive and winning some of the biggest races that weren't specifically subject to the 3-year-old restriction, to include winning the Breeders' Cup. They never met head-to-head, much to the dismay, especially of this host and the majority of race fans. So in your estimation, do you think it was one of the best years that horse racing has seen in a while?
Well, Greg, I mean, these two fillies put on a hell of a performance this year. But I will tell you, it was a great year, but it wasn't the best year. If you look back in history of the horse racing game, 1978, for example, it gave us Affirmed and Aligar. And, in fact, if you go back even some good distance after that, you might even recall a couple of unheard-ofs like War Admiral and Seabiscuit.
Right.
These were great years as well. My personal favorite was 1982. You were probably just a little boy at the time, but that was the year that Gato del Sol, Conquistador Cielo, and Aloma's Ruler, who all three won a leg of the Triple Crown, ran in the Trevor Stacks at Saratoga, and they were beaten by an unheard-of called Runaway Groom. So there have been so many great years, it's hard to put your finger on this one saying it's the best.
That's right. So and here we are, again, as I'd stated in the open, one of the best times of the year, at least for me, and perhaps some of the rest of the degenerate gamblers listening tonight or in podcast form here later. And hope springs eternal, as we all know at this point. We'll find out if this is the year the Triple Crown drought finally ends. So let's start to take a look at the Run for the Roses, which is coming up this Saturday, which is the Kentucky Derby, obviously. A number of prep races have already taken place, and needless to say, there have already been some pretty big upsets during those preps. On top of that, the pre-race favorite, Escondrea, was scratched over the weekend. Looking at Lucky has now filled the shoes as favorite for the pre-race, and he nailed his last big work yesterday, doing about 5 furlongs in roughly 1 minute and 4/5. So, in your estimation, how's this race setting up for you?
Greg, this is a good question. You have me on every year and talk a little bit about these races. And when you looking at Lucky now, he's the favorite by default. A nice horse with a decent pedigree, but the reason he's so damn lucky is because Escondea is out. So that said, I think the drought ends Saturday for Todd Pletcher. He's been a long time. He's been trying. He's got Johnny Velasquez up now. I'll tell you, I may give some of your listeners a bit of a surprise here, but I like this Devil May Care. And I see this as a real opportunity for what they refer to as, all the kids, they call it the girl power now.
Right.
Rachel and Zenyatta have proven beyond a doubt that the fillies can run with the boys and win. I don't know about early speed in here, but I do see Devil Rating taking it all in the filly wearing roses in the 7 at the 7 o'clock hour in the winner's circle.
All right, so you're thinking a lady is going to step up and win the Kentucky Derby then this year?
Oh, absolutely. But I'm going to save my picks until a little later in the interview. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
All right, so aside from Devil May Care and looking for Lucky, which is, as you said, the pre-race favorite by default because Escondera is out, you give us a few horses who look strong in your estimation. And then on top of that, how about some potential value picks that might help pay out in bigger form at the betting window?
Well, I've got a couple of thoughts here, Greg. For your listeners, here's a good exotic for you. This is, and don't forget, anything you hear on the show tonight is for recreational purposes, if you know what I mean.
That's right.
I would look very carefully at the looking at Lucky and Devil May Care on top of Sydney's Candy and American Lion and Super Saver. You might want to reverse that for half your bet. If you're looking for a long shot, if he goes, I like this. I like this homeboy Chris. And, maybe you might want to put a couple placing show bets on this Patio Prado and Mission Impossible. Here's my best bet for the weekend. This is an Oaks Derby double. Blind Luck in the Oaks and looking at Lucky in the Derby. You get it?
I got it. Now, I can guarantee that there are some Centralites out there right now that have no idea what an Oaks is, so go ahead and explain that to them.
Well, that's very good question, Greg. The Oaks is, of course, it's the Kentucky Derby for fillies. Now, that's held the day before right there at the Churchill. We'll be there, of course, me and the boys. But I will tell you that this is the place that Rachel Alexandra came out of last year, and had it not been for Escandrea's unfortunate situation, this could be where Devil May Care would have run on Saturday, but they've graduated her to run with the boys. So keep an eye on both these races.
All right, so since Devil May Care is going to be running in the Derby and withholding from the Oaks, if she wins, and I hate to look this far ahead, but if she wins, do you then foresee her potentially going on to win the next leg of the race in the Preakness? Is she that good of a horse to start talking about that even before she's won the first race?
It's really too early to tell, Greg. This Devil May Care is causing quite a stir. I mean, let's just consider for a moment, in a minute, please. I'll get the check in a minute. Let's just consider for a moment, after a 30-year drought, a filly wins the Triple Crown. I mean, think about it. For racing to thrive, women need to come back to the track. Everything about good-looking fillies on and off the track is good for racing, if you know what I mean.
I hear you.
So, she could be. We'll have to wait and see. Well, Saturday.
All right, now, I hate to put you on the spot here, Harry, but it's been a long time since the last Triple Crown winner has actually taken place. And the way the races are structured at this day and age, time-wise, and the fact that ringers are brought into subsequent races, in my estimation, to ruin a Triple Crown run, do you honestly think that we might see another Triple Crown winner before you or I pass on to the next level?
Well, yeah, everybody has the same question every year. Hope springs eternal, my boy. And that's why we come back to the track every day, because we hope that things will get better. We'll always win the next race. But, when that horse comes along that can manage 3 big races in 5 short weeks against the best there is, maybe we'll start that trip this Saturday. But let me just say this. Whoever wins the race on Saturday, everybody who's a horse racing fan becomes a supporter of that horse, whether it's awesome, whether it's Devil, whether it's whoever it is that wins. We all want to see that horse go on to the Preakness and then to the Belmont and be the next Triple Crown winner. So we'll see.
He's Harry the Horse. He's a horse racing expert, handicapper extraordinaire. Harry, always appreciate the time and the insight. Good luck this weekend, although I'm sure you're not going to need it. And we'll be looking for you again as the Preakness sets up.
Well, thank you, Greg. And just in closing to your fans, pick the filly on top and Bobby Baffert down at the bottom, and you're going to go all the way to the bank.
All right, there he is. Harry the Horse breaking it down for us here in regards to the upcoming Kentucky Derby. Hey, that sound can only mean one thing, that if you're listening on LA Talk Radio, The stream is going to cut off at the end of this next commercial break. So what you're going to want to do if you want to catch the rest of the show and then into the second hour with John Nilgis from Parrot Head Smokers is go to thebbqcentralshow.com. That's thebbqcentralshow.com. And you can pick up the rest of this hour and then, of course, into the second hour, and that's the Barbecue Central Radio Network's thebbqcentralshow.com if you're listening on LA Talk Radio and LA Talk Radio only. Otherwise, you're good to go. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. You can start calling in to win or have your opportunity to win for the 4-segment free-for-all trivia game hosted by Harry Carey. Dial in toll-free right now, 877-448-0433. Remember, you have 5 seconds to answer each question after it is asked. Otherwise, it's over. Very quick, very hotly contested, and fast-paced. So look for it after the break. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show.
Barbecue fans travel from all over the country and the world to learn the secrets of real pit barbecue from Grand Champion Pitmaster Conrad Haskins. Now take your skills to the next level with a Barbecue Institute Pitmaster class. You'll learn how to make sauces, rubs, and smoke mouth-watering barbecue every time you cook. Your new skills will impress friends and family. Internet forums, blogs, and Facebook are full of success stories from our graduates. Upcoming classes locations include Rock City Rib Fest, Rochester, New York, Lexington, Massachusetts, Lang Factory Test Kitchen in Georgia, Fort Worth, Texas, Fredericksburg, Texas, Houston, Texas, Monroe, Washington, and Kennewick, Washington. For more information, class dates, and contests we'll be competing in, visit www.bbqclass.com. That's bbqclass.com.
Centralites, you having marriage troubles? Your kid's unruly and don't listen? Then you need the Ribbolator, because great barbecue will always bring the family together. And the Ribbolator always cooks great award-winning barbecue. You can try it free for 30 days, and if your family life doesn't improve, just send it back. Ribbolator even pays return shipping. But you need to take that first step. Visit Ribbolator.com to get started or call 206-999-0962. Don't you deserve a happy barbecue family?
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Hey, gang. Want to talk to you real quick about something that's very important when you're buying stuff online. You need to deal with a company that is reputable and knows what they're doing, and that's why I always recommend Fred Bernardo of Fred's Music and BBQ.com. We all know that Fred's Music is the barbecue and grilling superstore, from any kind of cooker you want to gas and charcoal grills and all the accoutrements in between to make your barbecue and grilling experience a success. But more important than all of that, Fred has been there and Fred will be there in the future. How many times have you heard the story about the guy that found that great cooker for a ridiculously low price, except it was back ordered for 10 months, or worse yet, he paid up front and never got the product? That's because some of these online retailers are here one day and gone the next. Fred has the inventory to meet your needs. It's competitively priced and shipped promptly. Shop where I shop. Fred's Music and BBQ.com. Headache-free guaranteed. Fred's Music and BBQ.com. Or, if you're in Shillington, Pennsylvania, stop by and see the smoking guitar player himself.
Introducing Cosmos Q. Cosmos injections and marinades use only the finest ingredients, and they mix easily, never clotting or caking. From our beef injection to our pork injection, you're guaranteed to wow your friends, family, and judges. And don't forget to check out our newest marinade, Cosmos Chicken Soak, for that moist and tender chicken you're gonna love. You can find all of Cosmos award-winning products at CosmosQ.com. Cosmos Q, the new generation. Taste the difference. Sometimes it's all about the free stuff. Call now to win something succulent.
Big name interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs, and the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
All right, we are back about 10 till. 10 till your own damn. No, never mind. Thanks again to Harry DeHorse for coming on, breaking down the upcoming Kentucky Derby. This portion of the show brought to you by D-Dog's Barbecue Rubs and Sauces. You know you love D-Dog's Barbecue Rubs and Sauces, but would you like to buy them locally? Of course you would. Then you need to do D-Dog a favor. Send them the name, address, and phone number of the local barbecue store, farmer's market, and grocery store. D-Dogs will take care of the rest. Email that info to Darren, D-A-R-I-N, Darren at DDogsBBQ.com will take care of the rest. If you're not afraid of shipping charges, DDogsBBQ.com is the website. Let's go ahead and play some four-segment free-for-all. Hey, everybody, Harry Carey. Hey, okay. I was sitting in the green room, and I was like, hey, barbecue show, horse racing, what? It was crazier than the time I called the game against the Cubs and the Cardinals, and Stoney was reaching out under my leg underneath the desk. It was outlandish and crazy. I was like, Stoney, don't touch me. I'm trying to call Andre Dawson stealing second base. Okay. Call in, and we can play four-segment free-for-all trivia. It's wonderful. It's exciting and fun to play. Fun prizes that cost a lot of money for free. 877-448-0433 is the number to call. Okay, let's go to the line and see who we have. Four-segment free-for-all. This is Harry Carey. Who's this?
Michael.
Hi, Michael. How are you?
Good.
Good. Okay. Michael, you want to play the game?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's how we play. I'm going to ask you two kind of easy questions, and then one kind of hard one, and if you get them all right, then you win, okay?
All right.
Okay. You want barbecue or not barbecue?
Barbecue.
Okay. Here we go. Name one show sponsor on the Barbecue Central Show.
Ribolator.
That's right. Okay, Ribolator. Next question. Name the process of putting liquid into meat.
Injecting.
Okay. 2 questions down. One more to go, Michael. Are you excited?
Yes.
I know I am. Okay, last question. Name the person who's the maker/manufacturer of Jambo barbecue pits.
Jamie Greer.
Oh, what was that?
Jamie Greer.
Sorry, Michael. Perhaps you should know the last name of the man that makes Jambo pits. It's Jamie Geer, not Jamie Greer. Sounds like David Allen Greer. Oh, that was a tough one. Michael, I'm sorry. But if I don't rule with an iron fist, the Centralites are going to run roughshod over me. Greg Rippey won't have me back on the show anymore. I can't have that. Sorry, Michael. 2 down. Couldn't get the kind of hard one. Jamie Geer was the correct answer. Jamie Geer. Well, that shot those questions in the butt. Greg's going to have to work another 45 minutes on 3 questions for next week. All right, we still got a set of barbecue questions and 2 sets of non-barbecue questions. It doesn't get any better than that. 877-448-0433. Okay, let's go to the phone. Let's go back to the phone. 4-segment free-for-all. This is Harry. Who's this?
Michael.
Michael! Hey! Okay, Michael, you want to play the game?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want barbecue or not barbecue?
barbecue.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. And then one kind of hard one to win the prize. Are you ready?
Yes.
Name the largest sanctioning body of the competition barbecue.
KCBS.
Okay, there's one. Number 2. Name the 4 competition meats in competition barbecue.
Pork, butt, brisket, chicken, and pork ribs.
Oh, all right. That was close. You almost ran out of time, Mike. Okay, last question to win a prize. Here we go. We've already been here one time. Michael, are you excited?
Yes.
I know I am. Okay, here's the last question. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat. Okay, name the current president of the Kansas City Barbecue Society. Sorry, Michael. Maybe you should know who the president of the Kansas City Barbecue Society is if you're going to call in and play the 4-segment free-for-all. Okay? Man, I can't believe it. Well, there goes all the barbecue questions. Greg's going to be really pissed off when he comes back and hosts the show. He's got another 2 or 3 hours ahead of him writing barbecue questions for next week. What's wrong with you people? That's an easy question. I think even Greg interviewed that guy a couple weeks ago. I should save that one. I mean, he should save that one. Oh, my. 877-448-0433. Michael, that was close, man. That was funny because the first guy that call's name was Michael, too. Is there an echo in here? What? Stone, I gotta take a drink. Hold on. I sure hate this music. I sure hope that Greg decides to change the music bit. I'm waiting for Gene Rayburn to come out and strangle my neck. Send me back to hell again. Where's Charles Nelson Riley when you need him? And that other, what's her name? What's her name? That one kook? That crazy kook broad in the middle of sat next to Charles Nelson Riley. She was funny. Brad Summer? I don't know. 4-segment free-for-all. This is Harry Carey. Who's this?
Randy Morris.
Hi, Randy. How are you?
Good. How are you, Greg?
Who the hell's Greg? This is Harry Carey.
So Harry. I'm sorry. I got confused with Greg. You sound a little like him.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never heard that before, but okay, Randy, here we go. There's only 9 barbecue questions left because Michael blew it for the rest of us. Are you ready to play the game?
Yeah, we're going to take barbecue.
No, there's only 9 barbecue questions left.
Okay.
These are questions not related to barbecue because Michael ruined it. Here we go. Name a team in the NBA playoffs right now.
I have no idea.
Oh, come on, Randy.
Big stuff out of here.
You should probably know something about the NBA playoffs if you're going to call into the 4-segment free-for-all. It's the best sporting event going besides baseball. I'll never admit it in public, but sometimes when I'd call Cubs games early in the season and the Bulls were playing in the playoffs, I'd just tune right out. I just put a call on cruise control. And I just watched Michael Jordan run up and down the court with Scottie Pippen. Oh, man, those were the days. Bulls winning, Cubs losing, Bears winning with Ditka. Fun times in Chicago back then. Okay, thanks for playing. I got to go. All right, thanks again to Harry Carey for coming on. Joining in the fun for the 4-segment free-for-all. Harry, did we get a where are you running to? Did we get a winner? Harry's shaking his head no, throwing his hands up in the air because he can't believe we couldn't get a winner. All right, look, I try and make them semi-hard, but semi-not hard. So I'll have to discuss with Harry exactly how it all went down here for the 4-segment free-for-all. See if we got any prize winners. If not, maybe we could extend just some call-ins in the next segment. Don't forget, John Nilgis from Parrot Head Smokers coming up here after news. And I want to thank my guests. Tim Carlson from Hearthland Products, the company that makes Memphis grills. Also, Harry DeHorse for breaking down the upcoming Kentucky Derby. One of the best races ever during the course of a calendar year. This year sure
seems like it will not be disappointing either. Lots of dramatic buildup already, and the gates have not even swung open. The only way the Kentucky Derby would be better if Tom Durkin was calling the race, baby. Yeah! Soon enough, New York fans, soon enough. All right, we're going to step away for news, and when we come back, it'll be John Nilgis, Parrot Head Smokers, After Dark. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show.